Welcome to Dungeon Master, where we must sit down and sit back and enjoy this commercial of these things we must buy. And suddenly I realized that I've left out something for all of you Dungeon Masterers. All you Dungeon Masterers need to know is that there is a very long soundtrack to Dungeon Master, and whether we build the Grand Dungeon or whether we watch RV racing for a while and claim this RV as now why we presseth play, and we're not seeing anything but a picture taken, so we're waiting for them to go. There we go. This looks interesting. It's later in the clip. But how did you get me later in the clip if we were stuck at the front clip and nothing was happening, and now we're not quite sure what this is. But it looks all American from the flags we see. Now Dungeon Master decided to go to another arena battle. And the reason the arena battle works out so good is it stops and stills and goes forward, and they see a movement. I see movement, the race is beginning, it's hard to explain. Shotgun hodown had to take a quick turn, and we paid them accordingly, and there was much rejoicing. And they had suggested we find the RV race arena where they do race RVs, and they're racing all kinds of things here. It's a beautiful day. There's a lot to cheer about. I don't think there's anything to be sad about if there's really RV racing. I mean, what? That's interesting, real. Let's follow this one down here. What do you say? It goes around this corner. Interesting. But there's still several RVs we're missing back here. At the cinema, you see many things. You see a perplexing image. You see a universal sign of what is gory and good in this God-free universe that we've all created now. And whether we live inside some head of a government of nothing existing, or whether there is a head that is silhouetted and pined and already in a box saying, "Where are we now?" and the other one decides to write something down about that. I don't think either one of them's gonna find any winning or losing when there's nothing to win or lose. There's definitely nothing to lose. And really, there's nothing to win. So did you lose? If you didn't win, well, you definitely didn't win if you lost. So, I wasn't going for that. I was just writing down this guy. He thought he was gone. He thought he was gone. And I admit I woke up the same way I was gone, dude. All morning long. Everything I had the night before was gone. My space battalion, my second handsman, my lost creek, and my treasure box. Everything I found from just writing a book was there. And you'll never believe this morning, my car keys were gone. My car was outside, but I pretended like I didn't notice it, so I wouldn't just drive off, somewhere. But nope, I'm at the arena. That's where I am. You can tell I'm here. See, you can see me wave. Hi, Mom. Dungeon Master got a little sidebar there. And that guy just got sidebarred in the edge. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That RV certainly wasn't ready for that one. Now we see him traveling down the spire. But we have to admit, there's more to Dungeon Master than the ire. And if we do not find them... Oh, I see. There's an RV, and it's in freeze frame. We must go check the YouTube list. Where's our Gemma? We're having a technical difficulty here in Monster Vision. Well, we'll see what these commercials get us to do, but well, we don't know until we've tried it. We won't know until we tried it. Is this Tanker giving the advice to these guys to go? This is a different one, isn't it? If this turns out to be RV Racing the movie, I'll just sign it over to Shock and Hodown and they can take care of it. But if they want to leave it on this place of divisionary sports, we tried to give everyone an angle, and there's so much we haven't seen yet out of the sporting world. But this could be clips we'd already seen, but I don't think I've seen this yet. Let's check a bit. It's still on this side of the... We're taking this out to about here, and it still looks like we're all stopped and crashed and mashed, and all the racing is going on below us, and we've got all these options. So we try another venue of Dungeon Master. And I know that Shotgun Hoedown was really hoping for more RV racing, but we must take a moment to see what other sports we have neglected from the championship of arena battles in Dungeon Master that are really severely looking too high quality for even us to have seen or envisioned. And that there's hours of these footages in the caverns of the archives of Dungeon Master. We still haven't gotten any further closer to the actual game, which has not started, but now has. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's go down here and take a peek. This is my wand. It's my mirror alarm. Oh, sorry, mirror lantern. Mirror lantern, yes. Go, mirror lantern. See them play. This is a game called Pong. No, it's not Pong, it's Ping. It's where they divisively hit the ball back and forth based on who hits what button that's on them as viewers and championships of what they do, but we're gonna have to go somewhere else. And I think that's why we need at least this. And we get some good commercials here. I'm not minding the commercials. This top chat replay is really not for me. And that we might see a recommendation or two over here. Oh look, it's me on the recommendation tree. Too low budget movie. Well, I'm gonna leave that one on there because it really made a lot of money. That's funny. That's a friend anyway. We made so much money it's not even... Well, I've gotten good reviews from very good reviewers, and I've also gotten that it was too low budget before. But that we made it intentionally low budget with the big budget's gonna be our last laugh. Now, let's see what this is. We got ourselves on there anyway. I'm checking for the organization. I see it here, but we want to go about into this clip. I don't know what we're even really... This is like we're just watching random sport TV. And I don't know where there's any actual action of sports in any of this. Hang on, there's a technical difficulty. I know this is rad and all, but... I really don't want to know what's going on there. Well... Well, back to this. We're not sorry about it. It just seems the sports channel The sports channel is getting full of tennis all of a sudden, and that's what we want. Dungeon Master commercial. Finally, the joys of what I was looking for. Finally back in Colorado, where the Dungeon Master's lair seems to be. And he's been so surrounded by those that have put him into the Dungeon Master lair, and would take him there even with a strange technical difficulty opening and the question of philosophy still seeding our minds. Where are we now, and where were we then? And how this has turned into a game that has other words on it I cannot really say, but that Dungeon Master is a game, and there's a sub-game menu on this, and this is out of the sub-game dungeon menu of mini games within the Dungeon Master game, and that means RV and tennis as well, RV racing and tennis. But it's a full day with baseball. I mean, I could just go from here and cut to golf, and then we'd miss the whole golf episode, right, in the minigame, and we'd all be like, well, why are there dungeons on these games? And I said, the games are in the dungeon. These are the games we have to face in the making of life and all that fits it. And I could say this could be the Dungeon Master to just go on with the sports and go into things like golf all of a sudden, and go back and forth from golf and baseball. Oh, I've admitted what this sport is. Another sport that usually only Americans play, unless your name is... No, I'm not going to use that joke. Interesting. I am intrigued by these philosophies of gamehood. That they've really devised a moral center in me is because we've earned all our points that we've won in this game, while never losing without a chance to win. And in these situations, you can win. And we are really, really fading into oblivion. The things look good here. But we would have had to have known that we were stuck in a commercial without our own engineering skills of getting further. Oh, Dungeon Master's really tired, folks. We've got a long way through this dungeon, but I'm really tired. I gotta say, that intro took it out of me, man, of this Dungeon Master intro. I'm just like flying through channels and wondering when we should go to golf, and then like handling it like the baseball is somehow getting in the way of golf, and now the baseball's here, and I just want to lay back and dream, whisper into the wind about things like peace and harmony and goodwill toward men, and I don't ever want to see anything else but sports from now on, really. I'm into sports, and just for me saying that, we'll have to do something about that we forgot we should do. And if anyone is ready, if everyone is ready for what I'm about to do, please grab your controller and play. We're playing Tecmo Bowl on Dungeon Master mini sub-games. Alright guys, I'm selecting my play. This is gonna get interesting. Oh yeah, jamming up the field, yeah, fucking going the other way now. Oh, yeah, this is a great game. I dodged everybody, went the other way. Oh, go to the touchdown, man. What are you controlling? I'm just humiliating everyone out here on the field now, aren't I? Look at Dungeon Master. Get these guys off his back. You think you can catch me? Well, watch me go all the frickin' way. Dungeon Master here. I'm kind of tired and my voice is lower, and I was told to drop the redneck accent because it just doesn't appeal to me or anybody. Really, I don't know why I have it. I was studying it in 3rd grade, how to act, and I came across one of my short stories, and it was called The Only Good Redneck. And I thought there were more than one good rednecks, maybe 2 good rednecks ever. But there were some good rednecks. Oh, where'd we go? Sorry, I didn't mean to diss on that play. I was just all over here, and then I was all over here, and then I thought I'd come up here and go down here. Nobody knows why it's such a bumpy mirror lantern. Why he hasn't got a touchdown yet, and he's just running around the field. This seems digitally AI'd, bro. I mean, not my movie. My movie's not AI. We banned that a long time ago during the Great Rider Strike of last year. Oh, he gets a touchdown, Raiders. Oh, who's betting? Who's betting? Well, we're talking about tripping the light. Fantastic, man. If you were watching this at night, it'd be way better. Techno Super Bowl? Techno Super Bowl. See, I told you we could still play this game, even without playing it. How we got to this intro, I don't want to know. Bro, where were you on that scene? I will select one. Draw a circle around or throw it this way. Go. Oh, you got knocked down, man. I get knocked down, I get up again. Let's go. Okay, this is Dungeon Master. Sorry, I had to go out of the room for a moment and hand my camera to someone else, but I know this is extremely unethical in so many worlds to even have this as a sport, and I'm really losing good karma points for doing this, but it seems so peaceful and serene to actually be out in a sport known as bass fishing, which is actually sounds scary and like that it might be against nature. And I feel that the redneck within Dungeon Master is the reason this is happening, but by far, I've never been so intrigued with a culture-clashing icon like this and what it is to be a bass fisherman. And I really don't know how to explain it to the karma types, because they're going to be like, well, why would you be trying to catch a fish? And really, I don't know. It goes back to that old Moby Dick ending, is should they really be going after anything stronger than them or weaker than them, or really they all die at the end. So if these bass fishermen don't see themselves as Ahab by now, because they're not really unruly like Ahab was, but that they're not unruly just means that they're so shocked numb by bad karma that they've already come to the low point of becoming the greatest sportsman on earth. And let's hear it from bass fishermen. Yeehaw! I mean, we're going to get golf in here eventually, but we've got to play some bass fishing. And I don't remember a time when I saw bass fishing quite like this, and I know that's bad karma and all, and I'm going to get bad karma and probably get in trouble drinking at a bar or something, shooting a kiss over at Betty Lou. But I'm never going to pay back my karma for allowing me to be a bass fisherman all these years. Because, you know, it's kind of a culture clash, because we kind of like to fish in America. And Not worried to hurt the fish. I would never hurt a fish intentionally, but that I'd catch one? Yeah. I might even fillet it on my George Foreman grill, yeah, 'cause I might be hungry. And, well, when we get hungry, we eat fish, and it's a lot more ethical to catch a fish than it is to eat fish in the store. Like eating fish sticks, they pretty much grow those fish just to eat them. These fish, on the other hand, are caught, fresh caught, and it's the way that hurts them the least to die if they were to die of natural causes. Now, I'm telling you, you gotta look into this. It's not that bad a karma to take the life of a fish when the fish prays to you that she'll take its life every day because you're a famous bass fisherman. Now, that may be taking it a bit far, but they believe that in other cultures, so I'm just going to stick with that. Now that we've all consolidated on the momentum of having bass fishermen be accepted again in our society, we must wager that there is circumstance in this illustration operative that will be down in the kneel of my heart before anything takes away the gradient of all things sportsmanship. And if you're all offended by the fact that they're actually fishing and bass fishing, we'll find a less controversial sport. Let's go in. Let's see. If there's anything going on with this. I'm a little ashamed that we couldn't find the right team, but let's just go in here and see what they do in one of these. And you're all going, I know, he's finally going to golf. And I'm not going to golf. I'm going straight into the picture of what is known as, what is this again? And why is it in fast forward and why not? Does that not make the moment shine faster? And are we really getting this from an old feed, or is this... And it looks like the light is less on because it's a white bridge. I'm confused. Oh, it's called hockey. We play it all the time. This is a video game? Oh, you can't tell the game from the game no more, can you? See, these are all the sports you can play in arena game battles. We'll be back to play more of all of the above someday. This won't be our last Shotgun Hoedown movie. Shotgun Hoedown is in the soundtrack. Insert type side B. Alright, where do we go? I wanted to see more of what was back there. This is a video game too. Where are we in this? Somehow there's people talking for others, and we must go to the clue in that now we've reached the golf point of the matter, that we must now, ironically step away from the golf screen is not the option. I think what we're going to do is now that we must go back to the soundtrack bar and hit now. This is the tricky part, is how long do I stay on with the Shotgun Hoedown soundtrack that's already been played once? Because if it's coming back on, that means it was the CD that I got was intentionally that way, but that it sounds different the second time through, maybe. But that it was part of conquering a list is not the question, because we're only using this sample to go out on and say, have a good Dungeon Master day. And we were going to say that we were going to extend this dungeon to brim limits and take it out to the 3-hour Dungeon Master range where you all deserve to go. But I want to leave you with this one tiny shred of remembrance that if you forget that this is the band Shotgun Hoedown, you'll be questioned later at Dungeon 87 whether or not you remember who was the band of Dungeon 69. And if you don't like episode 69, you have to play it over again. Now, some people pretend like they don't like the episodes so they can play it over again. This is not what I'm talking about. You can play the level over again all you want, but you have to play it again until you remember Shotgun Hoedown is the band from this movie. And it looks like that's about where we're going to have to say cut, because I don't know what you're